Hi, this is Gringo Willy from somewhere in Costa Rica. You want cheap property? Okay, this is it. Okay, you want cheap property in Costa Rica. You want to have internet, high-speed internet. You want to have cable. You want to have all the products that you eat wherever you come from. You can't do that. The cheap property is not where you're going to have all those things. Matter of fact, you might not even have electricity or water. That's where the cheap property is. Okay, how to find a cheap property? Well, you can't live in the San Jose area, the Central Valley. There's no cheap property. Where there's services, where there are good paved roads, where most of the people live because the weather is great, the Central Valley, you're not going to find cheap property. Well, unless you find a good foreclosure. And that's, get in touch with me and I'll show you where you can find out what's being foreclosed on. Because they have auctions all the time on foreclosed property. But if you want cheap, you got to get away from the Central Valley. You got to get away from most of the ocean. You don't have to be too far away from the ocean. But it can't be where all the people want to go. That's not where the cheap property is. That's not where you're going to find the greatest deals. You got to do some homework, of course, because you got to figure out, is there a chance that there's going to be electric here? Is there a chance that there's going to be water here? Or even some areas are very cheap, okay? They're close to the ocean or rivers that have a good value. But in the future, the value will be more. What's the deal? Is you're not going to find places with the best climates. That's right. It's going to be like Florida. It's going to be a little hot sometimes. But you know what? You get used to it. But if you want to get cheap property, get out of the Central Valley of Costa Rica, okay? You've got to get out in the country, okay? South, north, east, west. You can't be too close to the ocean, okay? But if you want cheap property, it is in Costa Rica. Contact me, and I'll let you know how to find it or help you find it, okay? This is Gringo Willy from somewhere in Costa Rica with this update. Have a great one. Bye-bye.
I can't afford to live in the USA. I just can't pay to live in the USA. Love them hamburgers, love that spaghetti, love all those all you can eat restaurants.